Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to discuss a topic that is at the core of our existence and our personal transformation, the keys to self-love. In a world that constantly demands more from us, we often forget the importance of loving ourselves. But let me remind you, self-love is not selfish, it is the very foundation upon which your life can be built. The first key to self-love is self-awareness. You cannot love what you do not know. It is vital to take the time to reflect and understand who you truly are. What drives you? What are your passions? What are your strengths and weaknesses? It is through self-awareness that we unlock the doors to our greatest potential. The second key is self-acceptance. It is one thing to know yourself, but it's another to fully accept yourself without reservation. Too often we are caught in the trap of self-criticism, measuring ourselves against impossible standards. I challenge you today, embrace your imperfections, because they are part of the beautiful mosaic that makes you unique. You are enough, just as you are. Now, once you understand and accept yourself, you must learn to set boundaries. Self-love requires you to protect your peace. Do not be afraid to say no when something or someone threatens your well-being. Your time, energy, and mental health are priceless. Guard them fiercely. Another key to self-love is to celebrate your uniqueness. You were not created to fit into someone else's mold. Your individuality is your strength. Celebrate the very things that make you different, for in those differences lies your greatness. The world needs your unique perspective. But let me be clear, no one is perfect. The next key is forgiving yourself. The past is behind you, and while it may have shaped you, it does not define you. Let go of guilt, let go of regrets, and give yourself permission to move forward. Only when you forgive yourself can you truly begin to love yourself. Nourishing your body is also an essential key. Self-love extends to how we treat our physical bodies. You cannot serve others or achieve your goals if you neglect your health. Your body is your vessel, treated with respect. Exercise, eat well, and rest. It's the greatest gift you can give yourself. We also need to embrace our emotions. Too often we suppress how we feel, afraid of vulnerability. But true self-love comes from feeling your emotions fully. Whether joy, sadness, anger, or fear, these emotions are valid. They are signals, not to be ignored, but understood. When you embrace your emotions, you embrace yourself. The next key to self-love is to pursue your passion. Life is too short to live in the shadows of unfulfilled dreams. Love yourself enough to chase what lights you up. What is it that makes you come alive? Go after it with everything you've got. The world will be better for it. Surround yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with either fuel your journey or drain it. Seek relationships that nurture, uplift, and support you. Cut ties with those who seek to undermine your progress. You deserve a tribe that helps you grow and rise. Commit to growth. Self-love is a continual process of evolution. Never stop learning, never stop becoming. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to become better, to grow stronger. Commit to personal growth, for when you grow, so does your ability to love yourself. In closing, self-love is not a destination, but a journey. It is a practice, an ongoing commitment to yourself. So I leave you with this love yourself today, not because you are perfect, but because you are worthy. Every key we discussed today is an invitation for you to honor the life within you, and the more you love yourself, the more you have to give to the world. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of self-love, for you cannot truly love what you do not know. It is the first and most vital step in your personal journey. Without self-awareness, you are like a ship lost at sea, drifting without a clear direction. Understanding yourself is about going beyond the surface, beyond the roles you play or the titles you carry. It's about peeling back the layers to reveal the core of who you truly are. To be self-aware means to actively seek clarity about your thoughts, emotions, desires, and motivations. It requires you to look inward and ask yourself the hard questions like, what do I truly want in life? What makes me feel fulfilled? What do I fear and why? What are my strengths and where do I need to improve? These questions, though uncomfortable at times, are necessary for your growth. Self-awareness also means recognizing patterns in your behavior. Why do you react in certain ways? What triggers you and how can you change your responses? It is about understanding that the way you act today is often influenced by past experiences, but those experiences don't have to define you. Knowing yourself allows you to make conscious choices instead of being at the mercy of unconscious impulses. Self-awareness involves understanding your values and aligning your life with them. If you do not know what truly matters to you, how can you live authentically? Self-awareness compels you to ask, what are the non-negotiables in my life? What do I stand for? When you have this clarity, every decision you make becomes a reflection of your true self, not the opinions or expectations of others. It also requires you to face your flaws and limitations with compassion. We all have them. It's not about pretending they don't exist or trying to hide them behind a mask of perfection. Rather, it's about acknowledging them without judgment and deciding to grow in spite of them. Self-awareness means giving yourself permission to be both flawed and magnificent. You are not defined by your weaknesses, but by your ability to learn and evolve from them. In this process of self-discovery, you must also learn to listen to your inner voice, the quiet whisper of intuition that guides you when the noise of the world drowns out your truth. Your intuition is your inner compass, and self-awareness means learning to trust it. When you know yourself, you trust yourself, and when you trust yourself, you make choices that honor your well-being. Self-awareness is a continual practice. It is not a one-time revelation, but a lifelong commitment to knowing and understanding yourself more deeply. Every day presents new opportunities to learn and grow, to challenge old beliefs and break free from patterns that no longer serve you. When you become self-aware, you create a solid foundation upon which you can build self-love. And from that foundation, everything else in your life will flourish. Self-acceptance is a powerful and transformative key to self-love. It is a practice of embracing who you are. Not just the parts of yourself that you find easy to love, but also the parts that you may have tried to hide or change. To accept yourself fully is to release the need for external validation and stop measuring your worth against the ever-shifting standards of the world. It's about recognizing that you are already enough in your current form, flaws, imperfections, strengths, and weaknesses all included. The journey to self-acceptance starts with letting go of the constant need for comparison. It's easy to look around and feel that everyone else has it together, that others are more successful, more beautiful, or more accomplished. But the truth is that everyone is fighting their own battles and facing their own struggles. The only person you need to compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Growth is personal, and it is not meant to be measured against anyone else's timeline. True self-acceptance requires you to release judgment. How often do we criticize ourselves for not living up to the unrealistic standards we set or those imposed on us by society? This judgment can be paralyzing, preventing us from moving forward. Self-acceptance means silencing that inner critic and replacing it with self-compassion. It means speaking to yourself as you would speak to a beloved friend, gently, kindly, and with understanding. Instead of berating yourself for mistakes, you learn to see them as opportunities for growth. Instead of criticizing yourself for not meeting every expectation, you acknowledge that you are doing the best you can with the tools you have. Another crucial aspect of self-acceptance is letting go of the need for perfection. Perfectionism often masquerades as a desire for excellence, but in reality, it is a fear-based mindset that prevents us from living authentically. When we demand perfection, we set ourselves up for failure because perfection doesn't exist. Embracing imperfection is liberating. It allows you to experience life as it is, beautiful, messy, and real. Accepting your imperfections is not about settling for mediocrity, but about embracing the reality that you can still be worthy, valuable, and capable even with your flaws. Self-acceptance also means taking full ownership of your story. It's about accepting your past, no matter how painful, and recognizing that your experiences have shaped you, but they do not define you. You are not the sum of your mistakes, your regrets, or the things you wish you had done differently. You are the result of the lessons learned along the way. When you can accept your past with all its ups and downs, you free yourself from the burden of regret and self-blame. To truly love yourself, you must accept yourself in the present moment without constantly waiting for a future version of yourself to be good enough. Self-acceptance is about acknowledging that you are worthy of love and respect just as you are, even if you're still in the process of becoming. It's a deep understanding that the journey of growth and change is ongoing, and that doesn't diminish your value. When you accept yourself, you free yourself from the constant cycle of self-doubt and self-rejection. You stop running from the parts of you that you once hated, and instead you start to honor every part of your being. Acceptance is not about complacency, it's about acknowledging that you are whole, just as you are, and choosing to continue evolving from that place of wholeness. With self-acceptance, you build a foundation of self-love that is unshakable. And from there, anything is possible. Setting boundaries is an essential practice in cultivating self-love and preserving your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Boundaries are not walls that separate you from others, rather, they are the invisible lines that protect your peace and ensure that you engage with the world on your own terms. Without boundaries, we can easily become overwhelmed, exhausted, and depleted as we allow others' needs, demands, and expectations to constantly take precedence over our own. Boundaries begin with understanding your own needs and limits. This requires self-awareness and a willingness to be honest with yourself about what is acceptable and what is not. When you are clear about your values, your time and your energy, it becomes much easier to set limits with others. If you do not know where your limits are, it becomes all too easy to give without reservation, to say yes when you really mean no, and to allow others to overstep without realizing the damage it causes. But setting boundaries is an act of self-respect. It is acknowledging that your needs are just as important as anyone else's. At its core, setting boundaries is about honoring your time and energy. We live in a world that constantly pulls us in 1,000 different directions with requests, obligations, and distractions. If you do not set clear boundaries, you will find yourself stretched too thin, unable to give fully to anything or anyone. Saying no is not an act of selfishness, but a practice of self-preservation. It's important to recognize that every yes to something or someone is also a no. To something else, perhaps to your own peace, to your time, or to your mental health. By learning to say no when necessary, you make room for what truly matters. It's also crucial to recognize that setting boundaries requires you to communicate clearly and assertively. Boundaries are not effective if they are passive or unspoken. When you feel uncomfortable, it's important to communicate your needs directly and respectfully. It is not always easy, especially when you fear disappointing others, but it is necessary. Assertive communication means you express yourself in a way that is clear, confident, and respectful. You don't need to explain or apologize for your boundaries, you simply set them, knowing that they are vital for your well-being. Setting boundaries also means recognizing when relationships or situations are toxic or draining. Some people or circumstances are not in alignment with your values or your value of peace of mind. Being able to recognize this and remove yourself from such relationships is one of the most powerful acts of self-love you can perform. This can be difficult, especially when we feel a sense of obligation or fear the judgment of others. But remember that your well-being must come first. Surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries, who value your time and energy, and who contribute positively to your life. Setting boundaries is not just about saying no to others, it's also about saying no to your own negative thoughts and behaviors. We all have internal boundaries that we need to enforce, whether it's limiting self-criticism, silencing the voice of doubt, or rejecting the tendency to overwork ourselves into exhaustion. These internal boundaries are just as important as external ones, because they prevent us from undermining our own well-being. Another aspect of boundaries is understanding that they may need to shift over time. Life changes and so do your needs. What you needed in one phase of your life may not be what you need in another. It's essential to regularly reassess your boundaries and adjust them as necessary. Boundaries are not rigid, they are fluid and evolving. This adaptability ensures that you can protect your well-being in every season of your life. By setting and enforcing healthy boundaries, you demonstrate self-respect and cultivate self-love. You teach others how to treat you, and more importantly, you honor your own needs and desires. Boundaries give you the space to be your authentic self, to protect your energy, and to live with intention. When you set boundaries, you are not only protecting your peace, you are also creating a foundation for deep, meaningful connections with others built on mutual respect and understanding. Celebrating your uniqueness is an act of profound self-love, and it begins with recognizing that you are unlike anyone else on this planet. Each one of us is an original creation, endowed with qualities, experiences, and perspectives that are entirely our own. Yet too often, we fall into the trap of trying to fit into a mold, to mirror the lives and characteristics of others, believing that being like someone else is the key to acceptance or success. But the truth is, your individuality is your greatest strength. And when you honor it, you unlock a power within yourself that no one else can replicate. Celebrating your uniqueness means acknowledging and appreciating all the aspects that make you you. This includes your personality, your talents, your values, and even the quirks and imperfections that set you apart. It is about understanding that your individuality is not something to hide or apologize for, but something to be proud of and to fully express. Your uniqueness is not a mistake or something that needs to be fixed. It is the essence of who you are, and it is worthy of celebration. In a world that often promotes conformity, it takes courage to stand in your authenticity. The pressure to conform can be overwhelming. We are bombarded with messages telling us how we should look, how we should think, or what success should look like. But the path to fulfillment and true self-love is not found by trying to fit into these predefined boxes. It is found when you embrace your individuality, when you allow yourself to think, act, and express yourself freely without concern for what others may think. When you honor your uniqueness, you stop trying to be someone else and instead focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Your unique gifts, whether they are talents, skills, or ways of thinking, are yours for a reason. The world needs what only you can offer. When you celebrate your uniqueness, you not only enrich your own life, but you also contribute to the collective tapestry of humanity in a way that no one else can. Whether you're an artist, a thinker, a caregiver, or an entrepreneur, your perspective and approach are irreplaceable. Don't hold back. Share your ideas, your creativity, your passions, and your talents with the world. The world is waiting for what only you can bring. It is also essential to celebrate your uniqueness by accepting that not everyone will understand or appreciate you, and that's okay. Not everyone is meant to be a part of your journey, and not everyone will value your individuality. But this should never diminish your sense of self-worth. The people who truly matter will see your value, your authenticity, and your light. And those who don't, they are simply not the audience for your brilliance, and that's perfectly fine. Celebrating your uniqueness also means letting go of the need to constantly compare yourself to others. Comparison is a thief of joy, and it can rob you of the ability to see your own worth. When you spend your time measuring yourself against others, you diminish the value of your own life. Each person's journey is different, and the experiences that have shaped you are uniquely yours. No one else has walked the same path, faced the same challenges, or been through the same triumphs. Your journey, with all its highs and lows, has shaped you into a person of incredible depth and strength. This uniqueness is to be cherished, not diminished. Your individuality extends beyond just your external traits. It also includes your inner world. Your thoughts, your emotions, your passions, and the way you view the world all make you one of a kind. These inner qualities define your character and give you a perspective that no one else can offer. Embrace the things that make you different. Celebrate your ideas, your way of solving problems, your sense of humor, your creativity, your love for life. These qualities are what make you invaluable to the world. When you celebrate your uniqueness, you create space for others to do the same. Your authenticity inspires others to step into their own light and to embrace their own individuality. The more you honor who you are, the more you encourage others to honor who they are as well. This creates a ripple effect of self-love and self-acceptance, spreading far beyond just you and touching everyone you encounter. To celebrate your uniqueness is to live in alignment with your true self, to honor every aspect of who you are without fear or hesitation. It is about choosing to shine in your own way, to express your truth, and to share your light with the world. When you embrace and celebrate your uniqueness, you not only experience deep fulfillment, but you also become a beacon of authenticity and courage, inspiring others to do the same. Your uniqueness is a gift. Embrace it, celebrate it, and let it guide you to the life you were always meant to live. Forgiving yourself is one of the most liberating and essential acts of self-love. It is a gift you give not only to yourself, but to the person you are becoming. Forgiveness is often something we reserve for others, but the reality is that the most profound forgiveness begins within. We all make mistakes. It's part of the human experience. The key is not to dwell on those mistakes, to not let them define you, but to recognize them as part of your journey and to release the guilt, shame, or regret that keeps you stuck in the past. To forgive yourself is to accept that you are not perfect and that you will fall short at times. It's about acknowledging that mistakes are not failures, but rather opportunities for growth. Every misstep, every regret, and every wrong turn is a lesson in disguise. The moment you allow yourself to see these experiences as valuable lessons rather than insurmountable obstacles, you begin the process of self-forgiveness. Without forgiveness, the weight of your mistakes can become a burden that prevents you from moving forward. But when you choose to forgive, you free yourself from the past and give yourself permission to evolve and grow. Forgiving yourself requires you to release the grip of self-criticism. We can often be our own harshest critics, holding ourselves to standards that no one else could possibly meet. We chastise ourselves for decisions we regret, replaying past mistakes in our minds over and over. But this constant self-judgment only keeps us trapped in a cycle of guilt and shame. When you forgive yourself, you stop the cycle of self-punishment. You stop holding yourself hostage to your past and instead choose to be compassionate with yourself. This means looking at your actions with understanding, realizing that you were doing the best you could with the knowledge and circumstances at the time. Sometimes forgiving yourself means giving up the need to explain or justify your actions to others. It's about stopping the constant internal dialogue where you tell yourself that you should have done better or made different choices. This inner narrative often stems from the desire to meet external expectations, but true healing comes when you stop seeking approval or validation from others. Forgiving yourself is about accepting that your mistakes don't make you any less worthy of love, success, or happiness. You are worthy regardless of your past actions. You are not defined by the mistakes you've made, but by your capacity to learn and grow from them. It also requires you to let go of the desire for perfection. Many of us carry the weight of the belief that we should have done things better, that we should have been stronger, smarter, or braver. But perfection is an illusion. Every person, no matter how successful or accomplished they may appear, has faced challenges, made errors, and had setbacks. Perfectionism is a form of self-rejection because it refuses to accept the reality of being human. When you forgive yourself, you accept your imperfections and allow yourself the freedom to be imperfect. You are a work in progress, and that is not only okay, it's beautiful. The act of forgiveness also involves letting go of resentment. Sometimes we carry resentment towards ourselves for making decisions that led to pain or disappointment. We may feel angry or frustrated with the choices we made, wishing we could go back and do things differently. But this kind of resentment ties us to the past and keeps us from fully embracing the present. Self-forgiveness is about releasing this resentment, understanding that you cannot change the past, but you can learn from it. When you let go of this anger towards yourself, you create space for healing and personal growth. Forgiveness is not a one-time event, it is a continual practice. Each time you catch yourself slipping into self-blame, each time you feel the old familiar guilt creeping in, it is a chance to forgive yourself all over again. It's about building a habit of grace, of kindness toward yourself until it becomes second nature. Over time, this practice deepens, and you begin to see yourself not as someone defined by their mistakes, but as someone who is capable of growth, healing, and transformation. By forgiving yourself, you make room for self-compassion and self-love. You embrace your humanity with all its imperfections and allow yourself to move forward with the wisdom gained from past experiences. When you free yourself from the weight of past mistakes, you create space for new possibilities, new dreams, and a new version of yourself. Forgiving yourself is not about excusing or forgetting your mistakes. It's about making peace with them and understanding that they do not diminish your worth. Instead, they are stepping stones on the path to becoming the best version of who you were always meant to be. Nourishing your body is a vital expression of self-love, as it reflects the deep respect you have for yourself. Your body is not just a vessel for your mind or soul, it is the foundation of everything you do, the vehicle through which you experience life, and the one thing that will accompany you throughout your entire journey. Taking care of your body is not an act of vanity, but of wisdom. It is about honoring the physical aspect of who you are and understanding that when you nurture your body, you give yourself the energy, vitality, and strength needed to pursue your dreams and live your purpose. Nourishing your body begins with providing it with the fuel it needs to thrive. This means giving your body the right kind of nutrition whole. Natural foods that are rich in the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that promote health and well-being. It's about being mindful of what you put into your body. Recognizing that the choices you make affect not only your physical appearance, but also your mental clarity, emotional balance, and overall energy levels. The food you eat becomes the building blocks for your body. When you feed yourself well, you are ensuring that you have the energy to face the challenges of the day and the strength to heal and recover. Nourishing your body is not just about food, it's also about hydration. Water is the most basic and essential nutrient your body needs to function properly, yet it is often overlooked in our busy lives. Hydration supports digestion, energy production, skin health, and even cognitive function. Drinking enough water throughout the day is an easy yet powerful way to nourish your body, keeping you energized and alert. Equally important is ensuring that your body receives regular movement. Exercise is not just for weight management, it is a crucial part of maintaining physical health and mental well-being. Movement stimulates blood circulation, boosts mood through the release of endorphins, strengthens muscles, and improves cardiovascular health. Exercise doesn't have to mean hours at the gym. It can be as simple as taking a walk in nature, dancing to your favorite song, or practicing yoga. The key is consistency and listening to your body's needs. When you nourish your body with regular movement, you are giving it the opportunity to stay strong, flexible, and resilient. Rest and recovery are just as essential in nourishing your body as food and exercise. Your body requires sleep to repair itself, to regenerate, and to maintain the energy needed for the day ahead. Many people neglect the importance of sleep, running on empty, and wondering why they feel exhausted or irritable. Sleep is not a luxury, it is a necessity for physical and mental health. When you give your body the rest it needs, you recharge your energy, boost your immune system, and enhance your ability to think clearly and make better decisions. Respecting your body's need for rest is an act of kindness and love. Nourishing your body also means caring for your mental health. The mind and body are intricately connected, and what you think affects how you feel physically. Stress, anxiety, and negative thoughts can manifest in physical tension, headaches, or fatigue. Taking care of your mind by practicing mindfulness, meditation, or engaging in activities that bring you joy is just as important as physical nourishment. When your mental state is balanced and at peace, your body responds in kind, promoting overall wellness. It's also essential to honor your body's limits. Pushing yourself too hard, ignoring pain, or working through exhaustion can lead to burnout and long-term damage. Listening to your body when it tells you that it needs rest or that something isn't quite right is a form of self-respect. Recognize when you need to slow down, take a break, or seek professional help. Your body is a remarkable machine, but it is not invincible. By listening to it and honoring its needs, you show yourself the love and respect that your physical self deserves. Nourishing your body is about cultivating a sense of gratitude for all that it does for you. It carries you through life, protects you from harm, and allows you to experience the world. Often we focus on what we don't like about our bodies or wish we could change, but true self-love begins when you cultivate gratitude for your body just as it is. Appreciate the strength in your muscles, the ability to breathe, the senses that allow you to experience life, and the resilience that helps you recover from hardship. This gratitude fosters a positive relationship with your body and encourages you to continue caring for it with love and intention. When you nourish your body in these ways, you are investing in your own health and happiness. You are saying that you are worthy of vitality, energy, and well-being. This act of self-love creates a solid foundation upon which you can build the life you desire. Nourishing your body is not a one-time event, it is an ongoing practice, a daily choice to honor and care for yourself so that you can show up fully in every area of your life. When you treat your body with love, respect, and care, you are aligning yourself with your highest potential, and you enable yourself to live a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Embracing your emotions is a powerful and transformative act of self-love. It is about allowing yourself to fully experience the range of feelings that make you human without judgment, repression, or denial. Often we are taught to suppress or control our emotions, especially the ones deemed as negative like sadness, anger, or fear. We might be told to move on or get over it when we experience pain, or to stay positive at all costs. But emotions in all their forms are not obstacles, they are signals, messages from within that guide us and help us understand ourselves more deeply. When you embrace your emotions, you allow yourself to feel without shame. You give yourself permission to experience joy, love, excitement, fear, sadness, anger, and every other emotion that arises. These emotions are a natural part of life, and trying to bury or suppress them only leads to inner conflict and disconnection. Suppressed emotions tend to manifest in unhealthy ways through stress, physical tension, or even illness. Emotions are meant to flow through us, not to be repressed or ignored. By allowing yourself to feel them, you honor your emotional health and your authenticity. Embracing your emotions means being vulnerable with yourself. It's about acknowledging that it's okay to feel hurt, disappointed, or afraid. In a society that often values strength and stoicism, vulnerability can be perceived as a weakness. But in truth, vulnerability is a profound strength. It takes courage to face your emotions, especially the uncomfortable ones, and to allow them to exist without trying to control them. When you embrace vulnerability, you open the door to healing, growth, and deeper self-awareness. Part of embracing your emotions is understanding that they are not permanent. Emotions come and go, they ebb and flow like waves in the ocean. Just because you feel sad today doesn't mean you will feel sad forever. Just because anger arises in a moment doesn't mean it defines who you are. Emotions are temporary experiences, and learning to ride through them without clinging to them or trying to push them away is an important step in emotional maturity. It's about recognizing that your feelings are valid, but they do not define your identity. They are simply a part of the human experience. Another key aspect of embracing your emotions is expressing them in healthy ways. It's important to allow yourself to feel, but it's equally important to channel those feelings constructively. This could mean journaling about your experiences, talking with a trusted friend, engaging in creative expression, or even seeking professional help when needed. By expressing your emotions in a healthy and constructive way, you release the tension and build resilience. Holding your emotions inside can lead to them becoming overwhelming, but when you express them, you create space for clarity, understanding, and healing. Embracing your emotions also involves self-compassion. It's easy to criticize yourself when you feel emotional, thinking that you should be stronger or that your feelings are a sign of weakness. But the truth is, the emotions are not something to be ashamed of. They are an integral part of what makes us human. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend who is going through a tough time. It's about recognizing that it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling and to accept those feelings with kindness rather than judgment. In embracing your emotions, you also learn to cultivate emotional resilience. Life can be challenging and we will all face difficult times, but how we respond to our emotions makes a world of difference. When you embrace your emotions instead of avoiding them, you develop the capacity to navigate hardship with grace. You learn to sit with discomfort, to feel the pain, and to understand that it is a natural part of the healing process. Emotional resilience is not about being immune to pain. It's about having the strength to experience it, learn from it, and emerge stronger on the other side. Embracing your emotions allows you to cultivate deeper connections with others. When you are willing to be vulnerable and honest about your feelings, you invite others to do the same. This creates space for authenticity and intimacy in relationships, as it fosters a sense of mutual understanding and empathy. When you embrace your emotions, you are not only learning to relate to yourself in a deeper way, but also becoming more capable of relating to others with compassion and understanding. When you truly embrace your emotions, you come to understand that they are not your enemy. Emotions are tools that guide you towards self-discovery and personal growth. They reveal your desires, your fears, your boundaries, and your values. Rather than seeing emotions as something to be avoided or feared, you learn to view them as an essential part of your emotional intelligence, a key to understanding your own needs and the needs of others. To embrace your emotions is to accept all of who you are, the full spectrum of joy, sorrow, anger, and love. It is to honor your vulnerability, to feel deeply, and to allow your emotions to guide you without allowing them to control you. When you embrace your emotions, you begin to live with greater authenticity, self-awareness, and freedom. You become more connected to yourself and the world around you, fully experiencing all the richness that life has to offer. Pursuing your passion is one of the most powerful ways to express self-love. It is the act of fully dedicating yourself to something that brings you joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. Passion is that deep, internal drive that calls to you from within, urging you to do something that feels true to who you are, regardless of the external circumstances or expectations. It's that spark that lights you up from the inside, giving you energy and motivation that extends far beyond mere obligation or duty. To pursue your passion is to step into your own power and to honor the things that make you feel alive. When you pursue your passion, you are aligning yourself with what truly matters to you. Too often, we allow the demands of life, society, or the opinions of others to shape our decisions, leaving us feeling disconnected or unfulfilled. The pursuit of passion breaks free from these constraints, reminding you that your desires and dreams are worth chasing. It is an act of reclaiming your own desires, of saying, I am worthy of dedicating my time and energy to what truly moves me. Pursuing your passion means following what excites you, even when the path is unclear or uncertain. Passion often does not come with a blueprint, a set of instructions, or a guarantee of success. It is a journey, not a destination. And sometimes the journey requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to learn from mistakes. But every step you take towards your passion fills you with purpose, and that purpose gives you the strength to overcome obstacles. The pursuit itself becomes its own reward as it connects you to something deeper than just achieving an end goal. It connects you to your own authenticity and the joy of creating or experiencing something you love. Passion fuels resilience. When you are passionate about something, it becomes easier to weather the challenges that arise. You are more willing to invest time and effort into overcoming setbacks because the work itself holds value for you. Your passion acts as a driving force that propels you forward, even when the road is tough. Whether it's a creative endeavor, a career path, a relationship, or a cause you care about, the passion you have for it gives you the strength to keep moving even when things aren't going as planned. It's the difference between pushing through something out of obligation and moving forward because your heart is fully invested. In pursuing your passion, you also create a sense of fulfillment that no external validation can provide. When you are deeply engaged in something you love, your sense of self-worth is no longer dependent on what others think or how they measure your success. You are doing it because it brings you joy and because it aligns with your deeper values. In this way, pursuing your passion cultivates self-acceptance and self-esteem as it shows you that you are worthy of spending your time doing something that fulfills you. You are worthy of investing in your dreams and desires, not just the ones that serve others, but the ones that light up your soul. Pursuing your passion invites you to live authentically. It means showing up in the world as the person you truly are, unapologetically and without compromise. When you engage in what you love, you are no longer trying to fit into someone else's idea of who you should be. You are carving your own path based on your own vision of success, happiness, and purpose. It requires courage to pursue your passion, especially in the face of uncertainty or judgment. But it is through this courage that you find your true self. Pursuing your passion is an act of self-expression, a way to contribute to the world in a way that is uniquely yours. One of the beautiful aspects of pursuing your passion is that it often leads to personal growth. As you immerse yourself in what excites you, you are constantly challenged to grow, to push past your limits, to learn new skills, and to evolve. Your passion takes you places you may never have expected, offering new opportunities for exploration and self-discovery. Along the way, you'll learn things about yourself that you never knew, and your life will become richer and more dynamic because of it. Passion opens up new horizons, and with each step you take, you become a more fully realized version of yourself. Sometimes the pursuit of passion involves taking risks, letting go of the safety net of certainty and comfort. It might mean stepping into the unknown, taking a leap of faith, or making choices that others might not understand. But it is in these risks that you often find the greatest rewards. The fear of failure or rejection can paralyze us, but when you embrace your passion, you release the fear of not succeeding. Instead, you embrace the process of learning, growing, and evolving regardless of the outcome. The pursuit of passion is not about guaranteeing success, but about embracing the journey and finding meaning in the pursuit itself. In pursuing your passion, you also open the door to creativity and innovation. Passion has the power to ignite new ideas and bring out the best in you. When you are deeply connected to something that excites you, your mind becomes more open and your creativity flows more freely. You are not confined to the limitations of the ordinary. You are thinking beyond the box, seeking new ways to express yourself, solve problems, and contribute to the world. Passion connects you to your innate creativity and allows you to explore new possibilities that you may never have imagined before. Pursuing your passion leads to a life of greater joy and fulfillment. The work, relationships, and experiences that you are passionate about infuse your life with meaning. They create a sense of purpose that transcends the daily grind and the pursuit of material gain. When you are engaged in something that brings you joy, every day feels more alive, more vibrant, and more meaningful. Your passion becomes the driving force that sustains you even through difficult times and fills your life with a sense of accomplishment and contentment. To pursue your passion is to honor the deepest part of yourself. It is about saying yes to what excites you, what fills your heart, and what makes you feel alive. When you commit to pursuing your passion, you step into your fullest potential, living a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and meaningful. And in doing so, you invite a deeper sense of self-love, as you recognize that your passion is a reflection of your truest self, and that you are worthy of living a life filled with joy, purpose, and passion. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is one of the most impactful ways to nurture your journey of self-love and personal growth. The people, environments, and energy you invite into your life have a profound effect on your mindset, your emotions, and your ability to succeed. We are, in many ways, a reflection of those we spend the most time with. The conversations we engage in, the attitudes we absorb, and the values we align with all shape who we become. Therefore, being intentional about the influences in your life is a key practice in honoring and protecting your well-being. Positive influences are those that lift you up, inspire you, and encourage you to become the best version of yourself. They are people who see your potential, believe in your dreams, and challenge you to grow. These individuals radiate optimism, kindness, and support, and their presence in your life provides a nurturing environment where you feel safe to be yourself and pursue your goals without fear of judgment. Whether it's friends, family, mentors, or colleagues, the people you surround yourself with should be those who genuinely want to see you succeed and who offer guidance, encouragement, and constructive feedback when needed. On the flip side, negative influences can drain your energy, diminish your self-esteem, and hold you back from reaching your full potential. Negative people tend to focus on limitations, amplify fears, or constantly reinforce doubts. They may make you question your worth, belittle your dreams, or discourage you from trying new things. While it is important to practice compassion and empathy for those who may be struggling themselves, it is equally crucial to recognize when their negativity is affecting you in harmful ways. Being aware of the people or situations that leave you feeling depleted or diminished allows you to make conscious choices about who you allow into your life. In addition to the people you surround yourself with, the environments you choose to spend time in also play a critical role in your emotional and mental well-being. A positive environment is one that fosters growth, peace, and inspiration. It's a space where you feel safe, supported, and encouraged to be your authentic self. Whether it's your home, workplace, or social settings, the physical space around you can influence your mindset and energy levels. If the environment is chaotic, disorganized, or negative, it can leave you feeling stressed, overwhelmed, and drained. But when you cultivate a positive, harmonious space, whether through organization, surrounding yourself with uplifting visuals, or choosing environments that inspire creativity and peace, you create an atmosphere that supports your well-being and growth. Equally important is the digital environment you curate. In today's world, we are constantly exposed to social media, news, and other online platforms that can significantly impact our state of mind. The content you consume and the people you follow can either uplift or drain you. It's essential to curate your digital spaces just as carefully as your physical ones. Follow accounts that inspire you, bring positivity into your life, and align with your values. Limit exposure to negativity or toxic content, and instead seek out sources of information, art, and creativity that stimulate your mind in a positive way. Your digital world should be a space that supports your growth, learning, and well-being, rather than one that exacerbates anxiety or feeds into negativity. Positive influences are also those who challenge you to expand your perspective, who encourage you to think critically and grow intellectually. Surrounding yourself with people who engage in deep, meaningful conversations, who share ideas and philosophies that broaden your horizons, helps you to evolve mentally and emotionally. These influences encourage you to step outside your comfort zone, to question assumptions, and to embrace new ways of thinking. They don't just agree with everything you say, they stimulate your intellectual curiosity and challenge you to be better, to think more deeply and to approach life with an open mind. While the people and environments you surround yourself with are important, it is equally crucial to remember that you are also a source of influence. You are the sum of the choices you make each day. And those choices impact not only your own life, but the lives of those around you. By embodying positivity, compassion, and growth, you become a positive influence in the lives of others. When you radiate kindness, encouragement, and respect for yourself, you invite others to do the same. By choosing to uplift others and be a source of light in their lives, you contribute to creating an environment of positivity and love for all. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is not about seeking perfection or avoiding difficult conversations or challenges. It's about creating an environment where you feel supported, inspired, and challenged in ways that promote growth. It's about cultivating relationships and environments that align with your values and goals, while also being mindful of the impact that negativity can have on your mental, emotional, and physical health. By consciously choosing to surround yourself with positivity, you are taking a proactive step in nurturing your self-love and well-being. You are setting the stage for a life that is filled with inspiration, growth, and fulfillment. Committing to growth is one of the most empowering decisions you can make in your life. It is an ongoing, intentional process of becoming a better version of yourself, not just for the sake of achieving goals, but for the intrinsic satisfaction that comes from continuous evolution. Growth requires courage, patience, and a deep commitment to your own potential. It is about recognizing that you are not static, that life is a constant opportunity to learn, evolve, and expand. By committing to growth, you take responsibility for your own development, embracing the idea that your journey is about progress, not perfection. The commitment to growth starts with a mindset shift. It's about viewing challenges, setbacks, and obstacles as opportunities to learn rather than as roadblocks or failures. Growth happens in the face of adversity. It is through overcoming difficulties that we discover our true strength, resilience, and capacity for transformation. Every experience, whether positive or negative, carries within it a lesson. And when you commit to growth, you start to seek out these lessons in everything that happens. You understand that life is not meant to be free of difficulties, but that every hardship has the potential to teach you something valuable about yourself and the world around you. One of the key aspects of committing to growth is embracing discomfort. Growth rarely happens in comfort zones. It requires stepping outside of what feels safe and familiar. It means taking risks, trying new things, and being open to change, even when the path ahead is uncertain. The willingness to embrace discomfort is what allows you to break through your limits and explore new possibilities. It's in those moments of discomfort, whether it's learning a new skill, taking on a challenging project, or confronting a personal fear, that true growth occurs. The discomfort you feel is the signal that you are pushing yourself beyond your previous boundaries, and that is where the magic happens. Commitment to growth also requires a willingness to be vulnerable. It means acknowledging that you don't have all the answers and that you are open to feedback, learning, and self-reflection. This process involves shedding old beliefs, habits, and patterns that no longer serve you. It means being honest with yourself about the areas in your life that need attention and being willing to make changes, even if it means facing uncomfortable truths about yourself. Vulnerability allows you to be honest about your weaknesses and areas for improvement, which is essential in the growth process. It is the humility to say, I am not perfect, but I am willing to grow. Another important aspect of committing to growth is setting clear intentions and goals. Growth is not a random event, it is purposeful and driven by a clear sense of direction. When you commit to growth, you define where you want to go and set specific, actionable steps to get there. These goals serve as a roadmap for your personal development and provide you with the motivation to continue striving even when progress seems slow. Committing to growth means acknowledging that the journey requires focus, discipline, and consistent effort. Each goal you set, no matter how big or small, is a step forward in your growth journey. As you commit to growth, you also learn to embrace failure as a necessary part of the process. Failure is not a reflection of your worth or ability, it is simply a stepping stone along the way. The most successful and accomplished people in any field are those who have failed many times, yet they continue to learn, adapt, and persist. When you commit to growth, you stop fearing failure and instead view it as a tool for learning. Every failure teaches something new about yourself and what doesn't work, which ultimately brings you closer to finding what does. The key is not to avoid failure, but to use it as fuel for your ongoing development. Growth also requires consistency. It's easy to get excited about personal development in the beginning, but true commitment to growth involves doing the work day in and day out, even when motivation wanes. Small, consistent actions over time yield the greatest results. Whether it's dedicating time to your health, learning something new each day, or practicing mindfulness, it's the consistency in your efforts that produces lasting change. Growth is a process that takes time, and commitment means showing up for yourself each day, even when it feels challenging or inconvenient. It's about making the decision to take consistent action, regardless of the circumstances. Equally important is the ability to stay patient with yourself. Growth is a lifelong journey, and it doesn't happen overnight. You will encounter setbacks, make mistakes, and sometimes feel as if you're not progressing as quickly as you'd like. But when you commit to growth, you develop the patience to trust the process. You understand that personal development takes time, and that every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. Being patient with yourself means accepting that growth is not linear, it comes in waves with moments of acceleration and periods of reflection. A crucial part of growth is surrounding yourself with the right influences. As you commit to growth, you will naturally seek out environments, relationships, and people that inspire, support, and challenge you. Positive influences can help you maintain your momentum, keep you focused on your goals, and provide encouragement when you encounter obstacles. It's about being intentional in creating a space that fosters growth, whether that's through a community of like-minded individuals, mentors who guide you, or simply the books, podcasts, and resources that feed your mind and spirit. The people you surround yourself with can either propel you toward growth or hold you back. So choose wisely. Committing to growth also means being open to self-discovery. It's about understanding that there are layers to who you are, and as you grow, you uncover more of your potential. You might find new passions, strengths, and areas of interest that you never knew existed. Self-discovery is a continuous process of peeling back the layers and understanding your true essence. As you commit to growth, you begin to understand yourself more deeply, recognizing your unique gifts, your values, and what truly matters to you. Committing to growth is a declaration that you are worthy of becoming the best version of yourself. It is the understanding that you have the power to shape your life, to evolve, and to create the future you desire. It's about stepping into your potential, acknowledging your worth, and taking responsibility for your journey. Growth is not just about achieving success in the external world, it is about becoming whole, fulfilled, and aligned with your deepest self. When you commit to growth, you make a promise to yourself that no matter where you are now, you will continue to strive for progress, to learn, and to embrace the endless possibilities of who you can become. Committing to growth is the most profound act of self-love and empowerment you can make. It is a lifelong journey of becoming, a constant evolution toward the best version of yourself. Growth requires patience, perseverance, and the willingness to embrace discomfort, failure, and vulnerability. But it also brings the greatest rewards. When you commit to growth, you are not only unlocking your potential, but also discovering the power to shape your future, to overcome obstacles, and to rise stronger every time you fall. You are not defined by where you've been or where you are right now. You are defined by the choices you make every single day to move forward. The journey of growth is not about perfection. It is about progress, self-discovery, and honoring your own potential. So choose growth, embrace the process, and trust that every step you take, no matter how small, is leading you to the life you are meant to live. Now today, make the decision to commit to growth. Take that first step. No matter how uncertain, and know that the path ahead will be filled with opportunities for transformation, for strength, and for the fulfillment that comes from living authentically. You are worthy of the greatness that lies within you, and it is through your commitment to growth that you will bring that greatness into the world. Keep growing, keep evolving, and never stop believing in the power of becoming who you are destined to be.